Day of our what we call our intensive training. Yesterday was the foundation training, and it was much more lecture style, background information, and introduction. Today is much more practice. And so what we typically do in our sessions today is kind of do a general overview, but since, and a reminder for people, sometimes they take the foundation course a year ahead of taking the training course, the intensive course. But since you had it yesterday, I don't think we'll do that kind of background. I don't think we have to do our introductions. But I do want us to do a quick welcome. And I'd like us to just take a moment again to arrive and to settle in and to really set an intention for what you want to experience today. Okay? Based on some of the things that you learned yesterday, today is an opportunity for you to apply some of those things in practice. So just reflect on that for a moment, and I invite you to just get comfortable and get relaxed. You all seem quite comfortable on the ground. That's fine. If not, there are chairs available as well. Take a few deep cleansing breaths. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable, or gaze softly a few feet in front of you. And let's just take a minute or so to reflect, settle in, just fully arrive here at this moment together, and release thoughts of what it was, what it took you to get here today, and what it's going to be like in the future. Just focus on your breath. Find your breath in your body, wherever that may be. And just follow that for a moment as we fully arrive. Thank you. So I want to do a quick review of what we'll be doing today. And just a quick overview and the structure. So today is all practical. So we'll demonstrate and then we'll break apart, and we have two groups that will practice. You all were assigned particular activities to be the leader of. Do you all remember which ones you were intended to lead? Okay, so I'll leave that up to you to follow through on that, because I don't remember what that was. We have a picture of, yeah, but I don't know who was number one or two or three, right? So, but they all know, and that's great. And so you'll all have an opportunity to deliver, to practice, to be the leader of these activities, and then we'll come back. And today we'll be doing B and R, and a first section of B. I will lead B and the first section of R. B will work us all the way up to lunch, and then the first section of R will come after lunch, and then Lauren Shoemaker will join us, and she'll take the first section of E. And that'll be our full day. We'll have an opportunity for questions and answers, and our discussion, of course, will have that opportunity to ask questions about how it was to deliver this if you have particular questions, okay? And we have our expert Tasha here to answer all of those questions. So, you all have the materials. Tasha has
right over here.
materials here for you, so you can each take a set of those materials. And those are materials that are really the manual, and they come from the book. Do you have a copy of the book?
Yes.
So those of you who might want to purchase the entire book, it's available online. And the handouts that you have are taken from this book. This book has the actual activities and the outlines for the sessions. It's in a slightly different format, and these were adapted slightly based on our experience of delivering them in the past.
And real quick, just to note that there are, when we talked about the options, these are the options we chose for our purposes. So you might make different choices for some of those optional practices to include things that we haven't. But just so you know that this was our manual for actual implementation.
And so that's a really nice point to make. As we talked about yesterday, there are optional activities, and as you become more familiar and more knowledgeable about the program and the students with whom you're implementing the program, you can make those choices about what's going to work best. And we'll talk about some of those today because there are options that we've chosen, in part because you did some of the activities yesterday and we want a different delivery today, and also some adjustment for timing too. So I will say one more thing about the timing. Some of these activities we're going to do more quickly than you would do in the regular session, just so that we can build it into this kind of training. But you'll get the flavor of it. So I want to welcome you all today. This is a program that we call Learning to Breathe. And before we begin, I would like to invite you all to make sure that your cell phones are off. We want to be fully present here. We want to be able to listen carefully. We want to be able to have full attention on what we're doing here together as a group without being distracted by our technology.